I'm gonna put y'all on game, bro. In life, sometimes you gotta just say, fuck it, I'm all in. And take that leap of faith. Sometimes when you're trying to elevate yourself and change your circumstances, that thing that you really, really, really want is on the opposite side of that thing that you're really, really, really scared to do. That's just how life works sometimes, bro. Sometimes you gotta say, you know what? Even though there's a chance of me taking this step forward and possibly failing, me making that step is a better option than me staying where I'm currently at because I can't deal with this anymore. You get that feeling in your gut. You get that feeling, that instinctual inside of you. You just know you are no longer built for the environment that you're in. You've outgrown it. It could be people, could be a job, could be a financial situation, could be a relationship. We've all been there before. You get that feeling. You know what it is. Chase that feeling, bro. When you know it's time for you to move on to bigger and better things, even though you don't necessarily know what that may be or what may come with that, it doesn't fucking matter. At that point, you have an obligation to follow that urge and take that leap of faith. Because, there's no worse feeling than living in regret, knowing that you should have done something or that you should have followed that urge, but you know deep down inside that you chose not to do it because you were scared or you were afraid of failure. Whew, man, that is a feeling right there. That is a feeling that nobody wants to experience, bro. And I've been there before. A lot of y'all on this channel, y'all probably heard my story a million bajillion times, bro, but I want to tell it again because it really vibes with this message that I was thinking on my brain today that I want to talk to y'all about, bro. Taking that leap of faith, man. A couple years ago, I came down to Houston. I had no guaranteed job, bro. No job, $46 to my name, and I had a free place to stay for 2, 3 months. And then after that, it was get up out of here, figure it out. Think about that, bro. Before I came to Houston, I was living in Nebraska. I had a guaranteed job. I was already locked in. I had a place to stay. I had a comfortable life. I was chilling up there, bro. But something in my feelings, something in my gut was just like, you not built to be in Nebraska the rest of your life, bro. And so I packed up all of my stuff and I moved 19 hours down to Houston. When I came to Houston, I had no guaranteed job, no guaranteed place to stay besides those first 3 months. You know what I'm saying? $46 to my name. I literally had to put it all on the line and say, you know what? Logically, this doesn't make sense. Anybody else would look at this and say, yeah, this dude is finna fail. But to me, taking that chance of failure was the only option I had because staying in my environment that I had outgrown was no longer an option for me, bro. Packed up all my stuff, came down here to Houston, Texas, right? Figuring it out. I couldn't get a job for the first 2 months. I was struggling, bro. And that deadline of you got 3 months to live here for free and then after that you're gone, go figure it out. That deadline was rapidly approaching. I got my first job 2 months in, $10 an hour. Now, when you a grown man, you got bills to pay. You trying to put a roof over your head and feed yourself and pay for your phone and pay for your car, and $10 an hour is not gonna cut it, bro. And I understood that. So every day after I got off my little $10 an hour job, your boy was still putting in applications to other places. Tens, hundreds, probably even over 1,000 applications, bro. I was putting in 30 to 50 applications to different jobs every single day. None of it mattered. None of it worked. Nobody wanted to hire me, bro. Don't know why. But at this point, I was getting desperate because, like I said, that 3 month deadline was rapidly approaching. Like, yo, you finna get up out of here, bro. You have to go find somewhere else to stay. Take care of yourself because you're a grown man. That deadline was rapidly approaching, bro. So, out of desperation, I took another leap of faith, bro. I said, you know what? I have mechanical ability. I worked on airplanes when I was in Nebraska. If I can fix a plane, I can fix a building. I can fix a forklift. I can fix whatever else. I'm going to just start applying to these random different mechanical jobs and lying about my experience and saying I can do these jobs. So I started lying on my resume, bro. Got me a job. Now, is that morally correct, ethically correct? No. I shouldn't have lied to get a job, but I was desperate, bruh. I was desperate. This job that I got was working at Walmart as a general maintenance technician. Pretty much anything that broke down in the store, it was my job to fix. Bro, I knew nothing about anything that I had to fix, bro. Like I said, my only mechanical experience and maintenance experience was working on airplanes, bro. So I lied on my resume, took that leap of faith, and placed myself in an environment that I knew nothing about, and I got this job working at Walmart. They talking about, Congo, you gotta fix this forklift. You gotta fix this plumbing. You see this toilet? It's shooting water out of it, and you don't know what the issue is? Figure it out. Fix it. You gotta fix the scissor lifts. You gotta learn how to mix concrete and put that shit down on the floor. You gotta learn how to rebuild tiling on the floor. Learn how to rebuild these shelves. Learn how to deal with electrical issues in the building that are working on the lights and stuff like that. You gotta work on the HVAC. All of this stuff that I had no idea how to do, bro. But I took that leap of faith and I said, you know what? Walmart paying $25 an hour, I need that. Even though I have no idea what's going on, I'm gonna figure it out. The chances of failure are extremely high, but staying at my little $10 an hour job is not gonna cut it, bro. Fuck it, we ball. Let's go for it. Let's figure it out. I'm telling you, man. When it comes down to the wire, I have always bet on myself. When it comes down to either you sink or swim, you better fucking figure it out, bro. So I'm on this Walmart job. They talking about parking lot got holes in it. Y'all gotta mix concrete. Y'all gotta mix paint. Y'all gotta do all this stuff. I go on my phone and I look up how to mix concrete. And I did that shit. And I did it well. The toilet in the bathroom is constantly flushing, constantly leaking, water just shooting out everywhere. I know nothing about plumbing, bro, but I look up how to fix a toilet. Did that shit well. Every single thing that came my way that was difficult or I had never done it before or I never experienced it, I said, fuck it, bro. I need this job. I gotta figure it out. And the crazy thing is, once our quarterly reports came in, our quarterly performance reports, my boss told me I was the number 2 maintenance technician out of every technician in the entire Houston area. Out of all 100 something dudes, I was number 2. The dude that had no experience and didn't know what the fuck he was doing. But that's because for me, there was no option to fail. There was no option to be mediocre. I had to go above and beyond because if I lose this job, I'm finna be homeless, bruh. I'm finna get my car repoed, bruh. There was no option for failure for me, bro. It was just fuck it, bro. Figure it out. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? So I'm working at that Walmart job for like a cool 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. And another opportunity presents itself to me. No, I worked at Walmart for, I want to say exactly 3 months. Yeah, 3 or 4 months. Another opportunity presented itself to me to get a new job, a bigger, better job. But it was on the other side of Houston. Where I was currently staying at, where I was working at Walmart, it was an hour drive from that location to the new job that I had the potential of getting, right? So I said, look, I'm about to get this job and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, hold on to it. But you know what, bro? I can't make an hour drive to and from work every day. 2 hours just driving, not even including traffic. I'm not going to have time for that, bro. I said, fuck it. It's time for another leap of faith, bro. I hadn't even gotten the job guaranteed yet. And I immediately picked up all my savings and moved out to a new location, a new apartment that was 10 minutes from the job. The opportunity for failure was great. The interview hadn't even been finished yet. They could have said, you know what? We don't think you're the right fit for this job, bro. It's not going to work. See you later. Good luck somewhere else. They could have said that. The opportunity for failure was extremely high. But for me, I said, you know what? I ain't got no other option, bro. This little $25 an hour, it's cool at Walmart, bro. But like, if I get on with this new job, I can't afford to just be driving an hour to and from. Fuck it, we ball, bro. Fuck it. I'm going all in. Doing the most. I got the job. Got the job, got the apartment with my last dollars, bro. My last pennies to my name. I made it work. And fast forward, it's been almost 2 years since that day now. Approaching 2 years, yeah. Almost. Next month will be exactly 2 years. And boy, I tell you, my life is the best it's ever been, bro. I haven't taken any kind of crazy gambles recently in the past year or so. And honestly, I think that's probably why my life is getting kind of stagnant in my opinion right now. I'm still working hard, grinding, trying to make forward progress, but I don't think I've made any kind of crazy, risky, fuck it, I'm going all in kind of gambles. And so my life has definitely stopped exponentially increasing. It's definitely still going up for sure. Definitely still grinding hard and working hard, but in the sense of just going all in, no option for failure, I haven't done something like that in a minute, bro. But trust and believe though, I'm gonna keep on doing it. The next time an opportunity presents itself to me and it's kind of risky and there's a high chance of failure, I don't give a fuck. I'm going all in, bro. Because sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes when your back is against the wall and you have no other choice but to succeed, you just gotta make it work, bro. And everybody else that looks at you, they may look at your situation and say, oh man, that's crazy. You're crazy. That doesn't make sense. You shouldn't move there. What if your car breaks down while you're driving from Nebraska to Texas? What if, you try to get that apartment and you get it, but then that job that you're trying to move close to, they don't want you. And so now you're out there for nothing. Like, they're going to tell you shit that's going to make you want to doubt yourself and your belief in yourself, but you can't listen to that shit, bro. Only you know what you are really capable of achieving. And see, the thing is, it's about perspective. We always like to think about what if I fail, but instead, why not think, what if I win? What if you start that business and you make an M in a year, $1 million? What if you go talk to that girl and she ends up becoming your wife? What if you leave your city, your state, your country, move somewhere else, and you spend the rest of your life there because you love it there so much? We gotta think big, bro. We gotta think big. When you're trying something new, stepping into a new space that you've never explored before, your mindset has to be that failure is impossible. Because any sliver of doubt, any little bit of uncertainty, and you're not going to make it happen. It's not going to work out for you. That's a fact. I learned that mindset from the gym as well, too, man. People really don't understand how powerful your mind is. They always say your mind creates your reality. Oh, it sounds so cliche. I've heard that a million times. It's literally the truth. If in your mind you truly believe you cannot do something, you will be unable to do it. That is a fact. I'll use the gym as an example. There have been times where I attempted a weight that I've done before, let's say squatting 500 pounds. I know I can do it. I've done it before. The strength is physically there. But for some reason, when I get underneath the bar and my mind is just like, I don't know, man, I'm not too sure about this. I try to squat it and I fail. That's how it works. Your mind is really that powerful. Obviously, you can't tell the future. Obviously, there's no such thing as 100% guaranteed rate of success. Failure will happen. But if you go into the situation expecting and thinking about failure, then you will fail, bro. You have to be confident in your own ability to achieve and overcome difficult situations. That is the only way you will make forward progress in this lifetime. And if you are truly confident in your abilities, then you'll have no problem going all in and saying, fuck it, let's make it happen. Look at me now, bro. Look at the car that I'm washing in this video. This hoe is nice, ain't it? I know it is, bro. I love this car. My 2025 Toyota Camry. Man, when I came down here to Houston, Texas with $46 to my name, if you had told me in 2 years I would be driving this shit, I would have looked at you and said, you lying, bro. Ain't no way in hell. But here I am today. That's the power of believing yourself, believing in yourself, and working hard and not giving up, bro. Being unwilling to take a L. Because when I came to Houston, I was definitely taking L's at first. Applying everywhere, couldn't get a job. Once I got a job, it was weak as fuck. Wasn't making no money, bro. Had to move up. But in order to move up, I had to take more L's. In order to move up from that job, I had to take even more L's. That's just how life goes, bro. So the main takeaway from this video is, if you feel like your situation is beneath you and you're ready for bigger, better things, but you feel like there's a move that you know you want to make that could change your life, but you're scared to do it for whatever reason, I urge you to stop being scared, bro. I urge you to just take that leap of faith and go all in and believe in your own capabilities. Because you truly are capable of more than you realize. But you just got to put that work in. That's the end of the video, man. Well, at least the end of my monologue, the end of my speech. 17 minutes. I think we got like 4 more minutes left of this footage. So, yeah. Questions, comments, or concerns, leave it down in the comment section, man. And y'all have a good one. Lock in, level up. Let's get it, man. Authentic Congo out.